What is up, and welcome to the CinePacks podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Casey. If you guys are new to the podcast here, I sit down with different creatives. We talk about the creative process. We get a little insight from them, some tips and tricks along the way. Today, I actually have the co-founder of CinePacks, Andy Chin. We started CinePacks together in 2019. This is his third time on the podcast. We're at a very special location. Today, we're kind of going to just chop it up. What we've been up to. I think the last time we talked was it during the pandemic in like 2020 or 2021? I don't even remember.
Last time we talked was just like a second ago. But
Nah.
on the podcast, I don't know.
On the podcast.
I have no idea when the last time I was on the podcast.
It was in my room and it was a while ago, but this is a big upgrade. So yeah, you want to tell them what we've been up to?
Yeah. What have we been up to? I mean, obviously the studio. Yeah. We got a 11,000 plus square foot space.
Yeah. That's
I don't know the
crazy.
exact numbers. But yeah, I mean, we've just been working on sets, building some stuff, still trying to figure out a lot of things, but it's exciting.
I feel like, yeah, it's interesting. Before like we saw this place, we had so many ideas of what we were actually going to do. We're going to do this, and that. And then once it actually changes, like, I mean, I feel like in a smaller space, it's easier to do that. But with this space, it's interesting because there's just like so many rooms. So like half of our building is just all these, like, it's like a hallway, which is, how many rooms are there? Like 16?
Yeah, there's like 16 rooms. It used to be like a audio visual office / warehouse for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like doing DVD duplication, and then it was also like CD and like DVD replication. So like, yeah.
There's a lot of rooms. I have no idea. There's like rooms looks like there was like audio treated. They're doing like sound mixing in.
Yeah,
I don't know. A lot of big empty warehouse space for whatever reason they had that for. But yeah, I mean, we saw this place multiple times and never really pulled the trigger or decided we wanted it.
Yeah,
you know?
it looked so weird online.
Yeah.
And like when I first saw it, I thought it was like an airsoft. It looked like somewhere where you play airsoft.
Yeah, there were like random walls just built in the middle of the warehouse for no reason. It was just it looked pretty bad. So we never really looked at it, but as soon as we saw it in person, we were like, oh, we can actually do something with this. Yeah,
and what happened was too. So I mean, we opened up our first location in 2020 at the end of 2020 in October, and that was the Broadway location where we eventually have a 10 foot by 10 foot video wall there. It's definitely one of our most popular locations. Then in 2021, right? Was it?
Yeah, it was only
we opened Greenhouse then. That was in like May.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
only
I think
something like 5-6 months later. We opened the second one, I think.
And then this one we opened, we moved in February 1st of 2022. And we took everything, moving into the space, I feel like we took everything that we learned from the first two, and we knew kind of where we wanted to go, like ways we wanted to upgrade, I felt like, because we definitely didn't want to go the same route. And we learned that quickly when we started taking bookings as well. Like as far as like having, I don't know, like originally, like our original plan was to have like a bunch of small sets rented out for like a really cheap price. And then we realized that's the worst idea ever because there's just so many different people coming in. We've had like 3 bookings going on at once here. And you said it actually went well, but
surprisingly, I mean, there was a lot of issues with parking. Neighbors got mad at us because people were parking in their driveway. But I mean, surprisingly, it was pretty smooth. But because I feel like we figured out, we had a bunch of like 2 bookings. You know, I don't know why it went so smoothly, to be honest. I think it was just like a one-off. I feel like it'd be pretty hectic if we had more than 3 bookings.
I could see it becoming a nightmare for sure, especially shoots getting confused. Like, hey, like I'm here for this shoot, and then they go into the wrong shoot. I feel like that would happen all the time. With our final plan, I think we're gonna have like stage A and stage B. And that's going to be a little bit more contained. But I mean, ideally, if you want to come here and rent the whole studio, that's what. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about. So the first set that we did, I think was originally the very first set that we were going to do was going to be the video wall.
Yeah.
And it's still not done.
No.
And it's been a nightmare. So tell them a little bit about the video wall and what we decided to get the video wall, what it is, and then we'll kind of go into the story of what's been happening with this video wall.
Yeah, we have the 10-foot by 10-foot video wall at the Broadway location. We've had that for a couple of years, and it's been, super popular. People love it. And obviously there's like all this new tech that's going in with like the camera tracking and the virtual production stuff, where you can extend backgrounds and stuff. And like, it's like it replaces green screen. The actors can actually see what's behind them by projecting, real-time 3D backgrounds and stuff. So that was kind of we wanted to take what we had at Broadway and make it bigger so people can bring cars in front of it. They can build sets around it. They can, bring trees in or flats in and just really kind of take it to the next level and do it and like make it available for indie budgets and stuff, I guess. Yeah. Just because like the only people who can really afford to do that kind of stuff right now is like The Mandalorian, like this people who have Disney money,
Yeah,
like,
we went to a undisclosed location. Oh yeah, we can't talk about.
We signed an NDA.
Yeah,
but we met the people who did.
The Shmanda Shmorian.
Wait, I don't know how much we're allowed to talk about. But I mean, yeah, those guys have such crazy
day rates. Yeah,
day rates. That's true. Yeah, it was pretty nuts. It was kind of overwhelming even talking to those guys, but just kind of. I mean, obviously we don't have the funds to do something on that scale because they have like their video wall completely surrounds them. There's like a ceiling. They have roll-in ones.
How high was that? Like
I have no idea.
You massive. Felt like you were outside standing inside. It was weird.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
But I mean, ours is going to be, so it's 30 feet and it's slightly curved and it's going to be 12 feet high. But we ran into some issues so we went to install it that we're like, this is going to be the first thing we're going to do. So we painted the entire warehouse ourselves, painted it completely black. That was a mission in itself. Learned a lot about painting. And then when we went to install the video wall, we didn't realize how much power we would need. And we would also need clean power to power this thing.
Yeah. I mean, in theory, like all the numbers made sense. Like we have 400 amps of power in the building, and then this wall takes half of that, 200 amps. But there's all these like technical things and things we never really looked into, or we kind of just, I guess, jumped the gun, like kind of a little too, like, I don't know. We're just so excited just because we've been saving up so much and like, trying to, like, this was a goal of ours for a little bit, and we were kind of just super focused on it. So we didn't really think about all these little technical details.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to install so much more stuff because our building's so old and the power doesn't fully work the way we need it to, or I don't know.
So
it's a headache.
So we had the wall half built. And we start working on other aspects. We start building this living room set, which is on PeerSpace now. We built out this motel set, which is on PeerSpace now. So if you guys want to check that out, go check that out. That's a sponsored ad from CinePacks. Without the podcast interlude, you know how they do those corny podcast interludes? That's just straight up. We don't even have to. Just go check out our sets. But no, so we worked on those. But then, so when we moved into this building, we were under the assumption that we had a brand new roof. Little to find out, though, the roof starts leaking and boom, 4 video panels get soaked in water.
Yeah, we don't even know if those work. And
then again, they're like, all right, it's all good. And then it rains again in LA. Why is it raining so much in LA?
I don't know. It's just random days that just decides to rain.
But yeah, so then it rained again, and then I think a few more got wet. It's just been a nightmare with these video panels not being fully built. So the goal is to hopefully insurance will cover some of this water damage. That's what we're hoping. But the video wall is supposed to, I don't want to jinx it, hoping sometime early May. That's what we're praying for. It's going to be pretty nuts. But in the meantime, I think it worked out because it would have been really hard building these sets with a full video wall built, I think. And I feel like we would have taken so many bookings.
Yeah.
And then it would have been hard. So I think it all worked out for a reason because we were able to build this crazy, we could talk about it. The neon. Yeah. Talk about it.
I mean, the new, I guess we're calling I don't know what we're calling it. I mean, we thought about neon Tokyo.
It's not
like
super neon at the
it's
same
not super
time,
neon.
but we could neon it up a little more. But I
Yeah.
mean, Little Tokyo, Neon Tokyo.
We'll figure out a name for it at some point.
We don't have a
but
name.
There's a ramen shop. There's a video store with like a TV wall in the windows. We have a little Asian market. We're working on building a little bar front. And like another like there's like a hotel / nightclub, whatever, like kind of front as well. It's just a bunch of buildings on a sidewalk, a city street with like street lamps and
a lot of practicals. We got like a payphone. We have a whole sidewalk. I don't know if you said that. We have a bus stop. I think you said that.
There's a bus stop.
And it's pretty legit. So I mean, it's kind of like an outdoor, like stage inside.
Yeah.
So you have full control over lighting, which is really cool. You can do all sorts of stuff. I feel like the possibilities are endless. If you don't want it to look like Tokyo or whatever, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can really make it look how you want. And you can pull cars in front. The possibilities are really endless. So we're really excited about that one. It's going to be, I feel like it's pretty wild. Yeah, I'm excited to see what people create with it. Definitely just like with all the lights off, it already looks nuts. So I've seen it on camera like a few times, but I think people are pretty hyped about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
So and then the motel set. So we knocked that out. So Andy was, so pretty much to build this whole space, we did a lot of like, what have we been on? We've been on Craigslist.
It's pretty much like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, even Nextdoor, trying to find stuff for cheap.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing is like finding stuff for cheap, like garage sales. Like we were literally like, we would check every day, like every hour, just looking for stuff. And like, we've been to some crazy places. So Andy found this motel on OfferUp. They're like, oh, Motel 6 going out of business. Like, come through and like, buy all our stuff, liquidation. So then Andy hits them up and they're like, yeah, come through on this day. And then so we drive all the way down to, where was it at? Was it like Long Beach?
I don't even know where it was. It was like Orange. I don't know.
Yeah. So we go all the way down there. It's in a horrible area. And
there's like people living there. There's like
it was
animals.
not closing down. There's like
roosters running around.
It was crazy. It looked like the Florida Project.
Yeah, the cops were coming up, like banging on people's doors, and
it was nuts.
There's like some guy in like an armored like pickup. Was it a pickup truck? Or I don't even know. It was like painted, like the windows were spray painted black.
The windows were spray.
They were like axes like mounted to the side. It was like
the
weapons. Like
thing.
it was a pretty wild place.
Yeah, and there's just like all the most random people there. So then like he takes us in this room. He's like, you guys want to buy all this stuff? And he's being super stern on the prices. Furniture looks like it hasn't even been washed. It was just nasty, but we ended up getting some pieces just because it all matched and it was there. And
we pretty much bought a whole motel room full of furniture. But I feel like that's why it looks pretty authentic, because these are really like worn down real motel furniture.
Beat up motel pieces. Yeah. So yeah, we have the one room with the funky wallpaper, which seems to be doing really good. I think eventually, like, we are going to add wallpaper to the other room. Wallpaper is expensive. If you guys don't know wallpaper, if you think wallpaper is cheap, it's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I think are we still going to do the lobby, or what are you thinking?
I think so. I thought someone asked about it.
A few people have asked. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be useful. Yeah, and then I think we were talking about doing an elevator. I'm not sure if that room's the best option for it. I feel like an elevator in front of the video wall would be sick. Something that rolls in and out that people can turn
mobile elevator
in and out, because like the doors open up and then you see you're in, I don't know, wherever, and then you can, I don't know.
That'd be kind of like some Twilight Zone kind of,
or like I don't know, office building or something.
Yeah.
Or
even just green screen so you have the space to light it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something on wheels.
Or you could you could turn the video wall green.
Yeah, that's an option too. I don't know. Yeah, you can open it. Yeah, you can really do a lot of possibilities.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nuts. But so would it have a back then, or would it have a removable back?
Yeah, I think removable back.
Yeah,
would make sense, because people could do crane shots, like like jib or like dolly shots in and out. There's a lot. I feel like you need a removable back for an elevator.
Yeah,
that way you get different angles.
Yeah, because like it's trapped in a tiny little room would kind of suck. Yeah, elevator would be fun, but
we'll see.
yeah,
We have a lot of ideas. I mean, we got this place. We had all these completely different ideas at first, and then, I mean, everything's kind
it
of
was
changed.
even hard to come up with ideas. Like when we first got this
Yeah.
place, it was like the first day I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack.
We came up with a ton of ideas, and I feel like we've ended up changing like 80% of those.
I don't think
ideas.
we've kept. The only one that we've kept is the retro, like the vintage room,
Yeah,
and
but barely, because the one that we wanted to be like a super retro-y, thing, like
Yeah.
that ended up just not even barely, like
no,
barely
I feel
even
like I feel like
getting
it
decorated.
stayed because like I think we kind of wanted like an 80s 90s kind of look, and I feel like it's kind of stayed. Like it's a living room. But then like our set designer came in and he basically told us that we suck, and he like had all these way better ideas of like what things could be, and it actually ended up working quite well.
Yeah.
He's like, so we had that one room that was the motel, and it has like the perfect ugly bathroom for it. It has
Yeah.
conjoined rooms, and he's like we had this like dumb idea, and
It
he's
was
like,
a cool idea. We
It was
had
we had a cool idea. It was gonna be like a neon like kind of set, like, and then like we have like these little conjoined rooms, and we're gonna turn those into like cool like hallways, like where you could do Steadicam shots, like tunnels. But he's like, nah, you should do a motel.
And it just made sense because the bathroom already looked like a motel bathroom.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah. I mean, we have a few unfinished rooms that we're still trying to figure out what to do with. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So if you guys have some ideas, put it
Yeah.
in the comments below. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah, bro. Put them in the comments
Not
below.
on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, on YouTube. We post a podcast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else could we talk about? I mean, digital packs. We have some updates planned. We have a handful. I mean, we've kind of slowed down a little bit on the digital packs. As far as like what about another contest this year? What do you see in the works for that? We've been trying to talk. I mean, our last contest did really well. I feel like everyone loved it. There's a lot of controversy on the winner. A lot of hate on Coffee Liquor. But I mean, our contests aren't just about winning. It was about having fun and being able to edit some cool footage. But
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think for another one? Like, do you want to do a similar thing? Do you any ideas on how we could change it up?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. It was definitely a good time. I feel like it's just hard to find a song that works for like with an artist, I guess.
Yeah.
That fits kind of the criteria that could work for a music video editing contest. But I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be kind of general enough, like so, like everyone can somewhat do something, but also creative enough. Because like I know Adobe did one a few years ago with Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
That was kind of sick.
Yeah.
I downloaded the footage. It was kind of cool. It was fun.
It was like boxing or something, right?
It was like boxing, and then it was like a tiny, like a young version of them, and then like a older version. So like you could do like graphic match cuts of like the young version boxing, and then and it was like a, I don't know, like he was like fighting himself, or he's like fighting the younger. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anything else you want to talk about?
I don't know.
You tired as fuck, dude.
We had a long day. I feel
We
like.
did have a long day. What did we do today? I know all these days we've been getting stuff ready for the Asian market. So we went, and so the way we started the Asian market is it was going to be a pharmacy, and then we ended up going and buying what are the shelves called?
Gondola shelves. I didn't know that was what they were called till recently.
Yeah, so we went and got those shelves, and then he's like, hey, you guys want all this food he's like, it was weird. He's just like,
yeah, we showed up, and then turns out the whole business was closing for some reason, and he was just trying to get rid of everything in there, which included food, fridges, like the front desk, like even the open sign, like literally everything. And he just gave us a bunch of stuff for free. And it was kind of just like, I was like, oh wow, this is we just decorated this entire place.
Yeah, and especially a lot of the food was expired, but it doesn't matter because it's all prop. But we went out and bought food today, and we realized like how much money we actually saved.
Yeah,
like, it was insane.
Yeah. A lot of it's expired. So if you guys shoot here, don't eat the food.
Don't eat the food. Yeah, we might have to put like a notice out. Yeah, like warning.
Something.
Warning.
Or not. They'll make everybody sign liability.
Yeah,
forms
food
if
waivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't drink the coconut water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Andy's had a bad experience with that.
Yep. Expired coconut water is no fun.
For sure. Well, I think that's it.
Yeah.
We're tired. If you guys enjoyed this short little podcast, it's just an update podcast. Want to let you guys in on a little insight on the new studio. If you guys want to check it out, it's in North Hollywood, California. Yeah, you can check it out on Peerspace. You can check us out on Instagram at CinePacks.studios. If you want to stay up to date with the studios, we got a bunch of other episodes too. Go check those out while you're on the podcast. I'm Tyler Casey. That's Andy, the co-owner of CinePacks.